work that they do, because sometimes from those scenarios, there's someone left behind who didn't lose their life. And they need that long-term care, that care that only our Burn Foundation and those hospitals that we support as a Burn Foundation.
Relationship really is around the safety of people when it comes to burn and electrical injury. So that's a common purpose. A couple of years is we've expanded our education programs to reach out to contractors and landscapers and small electrical contractors that might not normally have the advantage of the training programs that we have in-house. And these are things that you need to not do. Don't come within 10 feet of our facilities. Don't touch things before you call us and have us make sure that they are not on electrically. You have to call before you dig. So there's a number of things that the public can do to prevent injury, and the Burn Foundation gets that message out.
Desire to help people, and no matter what it takes and what sacrifices that we have to give throughout the course of our career. But when we get confronted with these situations, especially with civilians, and especially when there are children involved, you know, you don't want to stop at the end of the fire when we're going home and the child's at the hospital. We want to keep on going. We recognize that. We see it. We understand the costs that are associated with and the technology that's been developed realistically over most of our career, the last 30 plus years. It's incredible the technology has been improved, and had it not been for agencies like the Burn Foundation and committed doctors and the hospitals that are committed to themselves, right, we wouldn't have what we have out here today. And when we look at it, we were just talking right before this, where we know that there's at least 2 burn victims in the hospitals right now suffering burns in excess of 90% of their body. That would be unheard of, that they would still be alive over prolonged periods of time had this not started 30 years ago.
We treat the patients as trauma patients. We want to make sure they didn't fall, there was no other trauma. That's going to kill them very early. And as we start to take care of that, we take care of the burn back on his feet to try to get him back to a normal life.
Recognize that if the Burn Foundation weren't here, we'd be in a lot of trouble in other ways. Incredibly important that we're connected to the Burn Foundation to not only support the general public that we're here to serve, but also to make sure that there's an environment and an institution that's here to take care of us when we get in trouble and the unfortunate circumstances affect us.
That they know that the Burn Foundation is there behind them to take care of them, their families, and everyone else who was involved in the fire family. So it's just something in the back of the guys' minds to give them a little bit more assurance that should something happen to them while they're out there performing their service, that, you know, there is someone behind them, the doctors and the Burn Foundation, that will be there to take care of them should something happen.